Hello, and thank you for watching Accelerate with Nerdio. In this video, I'm going to walk you through importing users from Office 365. Please check the comments section for any relevant articles or other updates to the video. Our agenda today will be to discuss any prerequisites, talk about any possible external tasks, and then walk through the Nerdio admin portal. So from a prerequisite standpoint, you should already have an understanding of what Azure Active Directory and Azure Active Directory Connect are, and you may need PowerShell access. So let's just do a quick review of how Azure Active Directory fits with Nerdio. Azure Active Directory is regularly synchronized through the AD Connect tool that gets installed on DC01 in any new environment you provision in Nerdio. All Office 365 and other Microsoft Cloud services rely on Azure Active Directory for identity information. So there are two types of users that you'll come across in Azure Active Directory. There's in-cloud users that were created directly in the O365 admin portal, and they're not synchronized with an existing Active Directory. Those users have an immutable ID that is null. There's also synced with Active Directory users. These objects were created in an on-prem Active Directory, synced to Azure Active Directory, and they'll have an immutable ID that is unique and set based on the Active Directory GUID, or Globally Unique Identifier. So if you have a scenario with existing users synchronized with an existing Active Directory, you'll need to break that synchronization and reset the immutable IDs or clear them. That way, they're going to be sitting in cloud in Azure Active Directory and able to be brought over to the new Nerdio environment. If we look at this O365 admin portal, I can see that I have a user with a sync status of in cloud, and I have a user with a sync status of on-prem. So again, they need to be in this in cloud status to be able to be migrated over. So if I jump into the Nerdio admin portal, it looks like we've got some tasks running. That's great. I can see my Manage Users section. These are users that live in Active Directory on DC01 and they're synchronizing with Office 365 or Azure Active Directory. If I scroll down, I'll see this Manage Other Azure AD Users. You will not see anything populated here unless the user is in cloud status, right? We've done the diligence of making sure they're not tied to an existing Active Directory. Now that the users are listed here, I can go through the process of importing them, which means it will create their user object on the DC01 Active Directory, and it will follow the synchronization back to O365 or Azure Active Directory. I can grab users individually and click Import, or I can do them in bulk by using the Shift key. And then I'll hit Import here, and we'll immediately see it's going to set a password. We can't hash the existing password out during the import. If you have access to that user's password, you can always update it afterwards. If you don't, please remember that users will need to update their devices once these passwords change. That way they can continue to communicate with services using that back-end Azure Active Directory like O365. I'll notice there's a prompt here that I can change, and that allows me to have a different password for each user, or I can set it to all be the same. Again, you're going to update that more than likely after provision or after importing. I can send an email with that password information, and I'm going to go ahead and click the box here, which tells Nerdio Admin Portal to go ahead and kick it off. If I hit confirm, those users will start to go through the process like the one you see here, where they get created in Active Directory and then follow the sync from DC01 back to Azure Active Directory. It's as simple as that. I can go in afterwards, I can reset the password if needed, and I can start to assign things to these users through the Nerdio Admin Portal like desktops. And that is the content of the video. Again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to visit help.nerdio.net or check the articles in the comments section. Again, I appreciate you taking the time to watch today's video. Thank you very much.